Hi, and welcome to another episode of Boozing with Boomers. I'm Dave, and I've been on a quest to learn how to make a great balanced cocktail. So please hit the subscribe button so we can go on this journey together. Today, we're going to talk about how to make the Zinger. And the Zinger has no history because I made it in my laboratory a few weeks back. And what I like about this drink is it has a little bit of spiciness because we're getting into the winter months or the late fall months and it's getting chilly. So I wanted to create some cocktails to warm us up. And we are going to use rye whiskey, and I recommend a higher proof rye. Knob Creek is about 100 proof, and Rittenhouse rye, which I've used in cocktails before. So that's my recommendation. You could if you have another rye in your house that you like in cocktails, feel free to use that as well, and let me know how it works. We're also going to use my favorite Amaro, Averna. I think Averna is one of those versatile Amaros that adds such great flavor but doesn't overpower a cocktail. And then the other spiciness in this, so you've got the spiciness of rye and the spiciness of ginger simple syrup. But even though it's adding the spice, it still is a very approachable drink. So to make the ginger simple syrup, and I will put this up probably at the end of this video, and I might even put it in the description, but you'll take a quarter pound of ginger. Take the skin off, peel it, thank you. Peel it. And cut it into small, whether it's small discs or small slices. Create a batch of simple syrup following the original directions of 1:1 sugar to water. Once the sugar is melted, throw in the ginger, let it come up to a boil, turn off the heat and let it sit for about 30 minutes before pouring it into a mason jar, and you can refrigerate. It should keep for 2 to 3 weeks. Don't forget to put like the 1/8 of teaspoon of creme de tartar. That allows it to go that 3rd week. A lot of times it's only 2 weeks. And one way you can tell when simple syrup has gone bad, it's not going to have a bad smell. But if you hold it up to the light and it looks like there are things dangling in the water, almost like seahorses, you should throw it out and make another batch. Because as I go through the cocktails, a couple things I like. Two of my favorite ingredients to play with in a cocktail are Amaros. Amari is the proper plural, like Averna, and there's a few others that you will hear as well, but also simple syrups, because you can create a simple syrup out of almost anything, and I'll use a lot of different ones, especially in the fall, because they add as a richer, warmer drink. Ginger, you can do thyme, you can do rosemary, so again, check your garden, check your refrigerator, check your neighbor's garden. It's getting probably a little late for that, but borrow whatever you need to make simple syrup because it adds a nice layer of flavor to the cocktails. So today we're going to make the Zinger. So let's get started. First is the ginger simple syrup, and it's going to be 1/2 ounce. I'm going to make 2 drinks today because I now have a drink I can make 2. So we've got 1/2 ounce per drink of ginger simple syrup, 1/2 ounce of the Averna Amaro, then 2 ounces of the rye. Try to get these all out of the way. Whoop, almost spilled. You know, even though I do them in the right order, I could still spill it on the bar. This is a stirred drink, and I'm going to do this one a little different because I'm not going to serve it up because one thing I like, especially in the wintertime, I like to kind of nurse a cocktail. This, while it's kind of strong, it is not an overpowering cocktail as well. So we're going to serve this in a rocks glass with a nice large ice cube. And the large ice cubes, I don't know if I have, yes I do. You can get these on Amazon. You can get them actually in some specialty stores. They're great because the key to a large ice cube is it melts slower than if I put a few of these, the smaller cubes in there. So it's all about the surface area, and the larger the surface area. So the larger the cube you have, the slower it will melt. The slower it will melt, the less it will dilute your drink until you're done. And for you old-fashioned people, you probably know what I'm talking about. And I will have a special old-fashioned later in the year. Okay, and here's what's really interesting. I forgot something to stir it with. And I've put the ice in there, and I have nothing to stir with. So we're going to MacGyver this one. Luckily, I keep stuff on my bar. We're going to stir for approximately 30 seconds to chill it down. A lot of times I'll actually hold the glass so I can feel the temperature. So, I had the ice in there and started talking. So I get an idea of when the bottom of the glass feels as cold as the top where the ice is, you know you've done it enough. I am not counting 30 seconds, but I know somebody will probably measure it on the video. And I don't mind drinks that are a little too strong. And what's great about this cocktail as well is by pouring it into a rocks glass with a cube, even if I didn't stir long enough, it will slowly melt and get more balanced. Whoops, and a little bit for the boomer. And now I also decided, and this is an experiment, I've only done this once before. Actually, I just learned how to do it. I've seen it done. I never understood it or how to do it. So bear with me. But the garnish can be an orange peel, which is fine. Candied ginger will also work well, so you can double up the spice if you like ginger. And the other option, and we're going to see if I can do this right, is to flame an orange. And what that will do is kind of caramelize the oils. And of course, I got to learn how to light the match. The key with a match, and don't use a lighter because you're going to get butane in there, but the key with a match is let the sulfur burn off. You can heat it a little bit. I was going to turn off the lights, but that was too much work. Let's see if I can do this without burning myself. Woo. And drop it in. So it looks like I survived that one. Now, a little bit for the boomer. This might be a little more dangerous, but then again, I think everybody's waiting for some great problem to happen. And you know what? If it's dangerous, I'll still film it. So, the boomer. And we still have a chance. See, this is a live broadcast. So the other thing I'm thinking of doing is actually a live broadcast. Let me know what you think about that, because what we could do is have people on the air. And so, I apologize. It's probably safer anyway. My wife would think it's safer. So we can have the flamed orange in the cocktail that I properly prepared for you. And then you can just put the orange in here. I hope you enjoyed the mistakes I had with boozing with boomers this week. Let's see how I did first. So what's great about this cocktail, it's very smooth, but the ginger kind of sits in the back of your throat, so you still get the heat, but it doesn't keep building. So this is a great cocktail for the fall. You can flame it. Obviously, I still need to work on that. I've got a couple more cocktails where I'm going to do that. So I will get better at that for you. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe so we can go on this journey with boozing with boomers together. Cheers.